Let's go to the Nkoko, Kowu, Adoso areas. You know, yesterday we spoke about education. We spoke about the fact that in our senior secondary schools, furniture and bed and food were becoming a problem. I'm happy that the Minister for Education has woken up and smelled the coffee, and now he says that there will be a plan. But from that Nkoko, Kowu, Adoso areas, we'll get on a ferry and hit the Volta Lake. Then you'll be showing the photos as we go around. Show the children on the water, you know, trying to go to school. So that when we sit in Accra and talk about STEM, we talk about, educational reforms, we talk about whatever it is. These are Komla Dome, Ivonikwe, and Prince Efum. This is what they travel through, and this is what the children travel through every now and then. We're getting to Afram Plains North yet. We are not there yet. That's like the Enchi of the Eastern region. Now, the road that we travel through, Donko Chrome, and then you zoom into the villages. Then he paused this one. Show them the road, the bad road. It's a bumpy road. It's actually supposed to be a road, but it's a path, literally. And the teachers have to go through it. I'll tell you the frustrations of the teachers, the frustrations of the headmasters, the frustrations of the education authorities there. So that when we start talking about access, quality, equity, we start talking about reforms, which is in Accra, and talk about science, technology, engineering, mathematics, talk about TVET and all of those things. We need to understand that people go through some of these things. People go through some of these things, a bumpy road, and it's a long walk to freedom. It's a long walk to freedom. They have to cross rivers and get into the schools. So the teachers refuse posting to those places. And even those who accept the postings, they decide that, well, enough is enough. So we'll zoom straight into Tagome and Senapu Copper. There are no telephony services there. So they find a tree and hang their phones. Then he showed them the tree that the phones are hung on. The teachers who are posted from wherever, they go there, they find a tree, and then they hang their phones on the trees. So that it's interesting how Komla Dum and Yvonne Nikwe describe it. That the trees, their phones are hanging on the trees, and then when you pass by, you see somebody's phone ringing, you check. If you know the owner of the phone, you go back and go and tell them, Charlie, you had a call. Or the owners of the phone, after some time, will come and check whether they had calls or not. That they find a photo for me. Like the phones hanging on the trees. I want the world to see it. There are no telcos, there are no electricity, so you can't go and be bragging to them about free electricity, for example. And teachers are refusing posting to these places. In fact, at the Tagome DA Basic School, the headmaster got sick because he was the only person in the school managing and teaching in the school. The whole school didn't benefit from education that week. Show me the classroom, the room of the teacher whose room has been infected by a bat. Okay, that's it. So this is how they live. They hang their phones on the tree. And here's somebody checking. This is a teacher there in the school checking whether he has had a call or not. You can't use your Android there. You can't use your iPhone there. You have to use a YAM. And this is it. They hang the tree. It's not as if we are making this up. If you go there, anybody who knows Afram Plains North, you go and find these things there. They hang them there. It's a big issue. Now this teacher, the one by the tree, and I hope the Ghana Education Service and others, as usual, will not go and be victimizing them for talking to the press and for telling us what their problems are. Then he showed us the teacher's room that had been infected by bats. The teacher's room, he lives there with bats. Umpire bats. He lives there. This is the teacher's room. The bats have pooed there, they have peed there. So he lives there with them, literally. Let's hear the teacher's soundbite. Tell his own story, how he feels being posted to a place like this. Today, I want us to listen to them tell their own stories themselves from the Afram Plains North. Can you play that video for me, please? The teacher was narrating his own story for us from the Senapu Copper School. We'll listen to the head teacher from the Tagome head teacher as well. And you see, they make very instructive points. That we sit in this country, we talk about Vision 2020, started around the mid-90s. We come to talk about Growth and Poverty Reduction Strategy 1 and 2. Then we come to talk about a 40-year development plan. We have all the plans on paper. But these people who have no electricity in their schools will have to sit with the children at Christ the King for the same ICT exam in BECE. How do they pass? We have not even elevated all those schools to that level so that we can have an equal playing field. We are busy talking about STEM and TVET as if we have sorted everybody out. Listen to the teacher.
When they come, they see the environment, then they run away. The moment the teachers are not in the school, for instance, if I happen to be the only teacher in the school and something happens, I have to travel, sometimes I'm sick or sometimes I'm going to the office. When I'm going, anytime I'm going, it is holiday. There are no textbooks, nothing. Especially this reform. We don't have the materials. They have just changed the name that they have reform education. We have practically seen nothing. So it's posting, a danger. Furniture too is a problem. We don't have them. And you can see the school building too since 1984. And this structure like this, somebody who was trained in a class, you don't expect the person to come and stay in this classroom and be teaching. But I've been teaching in this classroom since 2004. We find it difficult. Sometimes you have to go to nearby schools and then see what they are doing before you can also do yours.
So that is the headmaster I was talking about. The man who got sick for about 2 weeks or so and the whole school had to shut down. Because he's the only teacher. He's managing his teaching. And he says that they don't even have the textbooks. So sometimes they have to go to other places to go and understand what they're teaching. Then he can come back and come and teach. There's an assistant director of education I want you to listen to. Listen to him.
We have a deficit of 519. We were hoping that the newly trained teachers who have been posted will get a lot. For now, it has been alleged that over 150-something teachers who have been posted to Afram Place North, some of them have gone in to change their postings. And through your media, I will be happy to send a signal to Minister of Education and the Minister of Education through Director General of Education that they should take it up for us.
So you see their frustration. They are managing the situation. So Ghana is not Accra, it's not Kumasi, it's not Takrady, it's not Ho. Ghana is bigger than that. And there are people this morning who go to school. Danny, I sent you 2 videos of children crossing the river to go to school. Let's hear the audio.
These people from Togo, man, they come school for America. 11 years, 9 years, then 6 to 7 years old boys. They come paddle canoe from America to Togo, man. That'll be where they go. And these small kids. Yo, amen. God help them. This is why I need to be blessed.
Tomorrow they will buy a car, they will become doctors. That is their wish and hope. But they have no life jackets. They have no life jacket. Even their teacher has a language barrier. The teacher there is from an Akan area. He doesn't understand their verb to speak with them. And we all talk about L1. We sit in Accra. The children have to be taught with their L1. The children have to be taught with their L1. We do policy. The teacher you sent there doesn't even understand the language of the people there. So how does he begin to teach them? Because some of them at 9 years are now coming to class 1. They have mastered their local dialect. They have mastered their mother tongue. So we can't sit in Accra and formulate policies and assume that all is well. How in God's holy name do you have 6 classrooms filled with students with 1 person teaching them or 2 people? How do you do that? How do you do that? Who is monitoring? Who is watching? Who is checking? Nobody. We have not done an assessment of what it is. We have just decided, and you know the Ghana Health Service keeps these data to their chest. So what we are deciding is to go into the bushes ourselves. These are classrooms. These are bungalows. This is supposed to be... How do you demand patriotism from people like this when they grow up? Because right from their infancy, you have punished them. You have punished them not for no fault of theirs. Look at it. A death trap. Kwahu Afram Plains North. This is it. Let's hear the MP. The MP says he has filed questions in Parliament. But beyond the questions, what's there? Let's find the MP and play the MP's SOT. Let's go.
As to the teacher deficit, indeed, when I filed the question, the minister in his response said he gave us an opportunity to probably submit names of residents or people who have completed the various colleges of education who reside within the Afram place to see how best we can actually employ them onto the Ghana Education Service System. So that is what we have done. We have so far submitted over 174 teachers, teacher graduates, if I have to put it, and awaiting for their recruitment onto the Ghana Education Service. So we are still in the hands of the Ghana Education Service vis-a-vis the Ministry of Education.
Fine woman, fine MP, see your village. Unacceptable. And you cannot sit in the comfort of the air-conditioned office and say you filed questions and we are waiting for the minister to. So if the minister decides not to come, what's happening? Have you seen what the minister is doing in his village? The minister himself is taking children from Busumchik to UMAT and Tech to go and learn engineering. He's focusing on his side. And this is where you all have to be on authorities to deal with the matter. You see, we're busy telling everybody when you pay e-levy, we'll do this. When you pay e-levy, we'll do that. When you pay e-levy, we'll do this. E-levy will solve all our problems. But these are the children. Look at them. Look at the future leaders. Somebody brought, pause. Let me go back to my pause. This is the life they live. Show me, so pause. See, they brought pens and what do you call it? I don't know. Are they bread? Is that bread or whatever it is to sell? Both fruit. And that is how they make their livelihood. At some point, they will leave the classroom to go and sell because they have to survive. So when we are formulating policies, we must factor all these things into it. Where is the school feeding program in that school? Tell me, where is it? These are the people who require school feeding program. 1 hot cup of chocolate a day, like the president promised. 1 bar of chocolate a day. These are the children. They deserve it. Do they have it? Their teachers are sleeping in bat-infested, rooms. 2 teachers for 1 big school. Who does that? Who does that? And you say the teachers don't want to go and teach. Of course, they won't want to go and teach there. If you are in their shoes or you were in their shoes, you won't go and teach there. And this is not far away. Oh. This is in Ghana. So that is why I'm surprised at what Reverend T.D. Jakes was reading. He was reading to create for us an impression of everything is sorted, putting a fine video on everything. But it is also part of the situation. These are our future leaders. They have no electricity, no telephone connectivity. So when you are teaching them ICT, they have not even seen a computer before. They've not seen a laptop before. They have no ICT teacher. But at BEC, when the time is due, you put an ICT paper before them. They will be doing A1, B1, AY, B1. If they pass, they pass. If they fail, that's it. If they pass, they pass. If they fail, that's it. We must wake up as a country because we brought onto ourselves the free, compulsory, universal basic education. Is this the quality of education we want to give to our children? This is in Afram Plains. Anybody who has followed the elections in this country knows that from that Kwahu Adosu area, it is a stronghold of the NPP. You may have a few people in Togomen, Senapu, Copper voting for NDC, but you do know the Electoral Commission will cross rivers to go and find ballot boxes to go and put there. They will send police to go and police the election. But when it comes to giving them textbooks and other things that they need to make their lives comfortable and for their teachers to be happy to teach, you won't find them. And I just showed you pictures and videos, so nobody will come to say, we are picking you up because you publish false news. And if there's any rejoinder, we are waiting for the ministry and the GS to bring the rejoinder. We will not sit down and allow things to go south. Because when things go south, it affects all of us. When we sit down and stare and put our palms in our armpit, things will go wrong. And for as long as we pay taxes, we will not stop asking the questions. You can get angry, you can dislike us, you can say what you want. We don't care. Me, I don't care. As long as I know I'm saying the right thing, I don't care. Hate me all you can, I don't care. Make calls to big people to call me, I don't care. I am just saying the truth. And the truth is one. The truth is only one. So this is the educational dilemma, the heartache of the people of Afram Plains North. Komla Dom, Ivondikwe Prince Efum brought that to you. Tomorrow, I'll bring you another aspect of the whole conversation. Tomorrow, I'll bring you another aspect of the whole bouquet. Then you get to understand. What we move from Afram Plains, we'll go elsewhere. If you like, go there and go and block us. We will still film. We will film it. Think about it. And wake up and solve the problems. Stop giving PR notes to people to read. Good morning.